What is up, everyone? Welcome in to Flowty Live, another community roundtable here on Flowty.io. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. My name is Ben. You can follow me at WeGoLive5, and I am joined by the incomparable Alxosity, Alex, and Trevor at James Dylan Bond. How you guys doing today?
Good, man. Chilling. It's a beautiful day. Actually, it's a little cloudy, but that's probably good compared to what we're seeing everywhere else here in the Pacific Northwest.
It's a little less Mordor-esque today in the Northeast, but you can still smell and taste the ash if you go outside. So what better way to spend it than indoors, online, in Web3, talking about Top Shot and I Think You Should Leave, right?
Absolutely. We've seen a little bit of that before in the past. You know, we've had a lot of wildfires
for sure
here. What's up, Alex? That's on you.
Yeah.
Looks like Alxo's rugging us already.
Already,
oh,
Alex.
Man.
Already, Alex is right. Maybe he can talk or maybe he can mouth, and we'll try to fill in certain things. Yeah. Let me test this.
It was just working.
Yeah. Everything is good. Everything is good here. I'm gonna message you. Everything is good on our end. But anyways, while we wait for Alex to figure out the his mic or headphone issues, just want to welcome everyone in again to Flowty Live special episode. We are talking with Alex and his journey through Top Shot, sort of from his origins, and how he's feeling about Series 4. Certainly, we want to touch on him being the receiving the block, which we'll talk about later. Certainly a monumental moment. And we're gonna be talking some sloppy and some I Think You Should Leave. So if you've already tuned in, if you've watched us before, and by the way, thank you so much to everyone who's already been tuning into the Flowty Live shows. You know what's coming next. Oh, let's see. Let's try this again. I think I hear him.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Okay. We're
good. You're here just in time for the fun stuff, all the disclosures that we're going to be, all the disclosures. So, and we have several today. Okay, we have several. So, again, you know the drill. If you've been here before, that the following program and all subsequent postings and publications resulting from it is not to be construed as financial advice. Please use caution and operate within a budget that suits you when transacting on Flowty, including purchasing, offering, renting, and loaning or borrowing. Flowty.io does not provide financial advice or recommendations. All right, one down. We got two more, both specific to this show. We remain token agnostic here at Flowty.io. So we're going to be discussing the Sloppy token on the Flow blockchain. Flowty takes no position on Sloppy and has only integrated the use of it on our platform for a more versatile shopping experience. At no point is any information on this program to be construed as Flowty's advocacy for the token, its uses and or benefits, or its future as a tradable coin. Let me hop in the comments to see who's blasting us already for... all right, so at least we got this classic sloppy start. Yeah. Oh, Pulaski is in here. Let me see who. Okay, let's see. Treat is in here. I know Vince Carter's last shot, I think, has been in here since 3:00 yesterday. I'm pretty sure.
You got to line up. All those cues for packs. You get used to that.
You know what? We'll talk about that, because haters will be haters, and we can have our issues with Top Shot, but the fact that sold out in less than 5 minutes is nuts.
It was less than a minute.
5 seconds.
It was less than by the
time you tweeted it, it was already out. But I see actually Jeb Bush liking how responsible
appreciate it.
Game is right now with all the disclosures.
We're here for fun. We're here for fun. We're here to discuss tech. We're here to discuss things as collectors. We are not here to discuss anything as financial advisors or anything like that. But we have one more disclosure to pull up, and that is our spoiler alert. Be advised that this show will be discussing scenes, characters, and other elements of the show I think you should leave. We will do our best to keep season 3 discussion to a minimum if you haven't watched it, but no limits for seasons 1 and 2. Seasons 1 and 2 will be explored without limits. So just putting it out there. If you haven't watched any of I Think You Should Leave, first of all, I'm not, I don't really know why, but also just be advised that we will be discussing it. Couple other things on the docket, and then just want to let you guys just start chatting. We are going to be revealing the winner of our Flowty hat giveaway. So yesterday we put out a tweet asking for pictures of crazy hats in honor, I guess, of the hat giveaway, but also maybe in honor of Brian's hat on I Think You Should Leave. So in a few minutes, we'll be going through some of our favorite responses and looking at the winner. But that being said, let me just turn it over quickly to Trevor and Alex. Glad to have you guys on, and Alex, definitely glad to have you on one of the very first Flowty Live episodes, seeing as how this is only our third.
It's an honor. I'm a big fan of what you guys are doing. You're contributing a lot to the ecosystem, and yeah, I'm a big fan, and looking forward to where it goes.
Well, Trevor, when Alex came on in the waiting room, I thought it was Detective Crashmore coming in with the beard.
Yeah, and no questions about Christmas.
No question about Christmas. He did remind me of his going rate of $2 million per episode. I didn't clear that with Mike yet, though, so we'll have to play it by ear.
That's my rate.
I think I prepped you a little bit there that the differences between our guest last week with Treaticus and Alex was going to be a longer beard and a man bun compared to Treat, and maybe a little
there
bit
it is.
AARP.
Oh yeah. That's right. AARP. Our Treaticus discussion on age. I'll have to send you guys in a separate chat. Like I said, my hair was like down to here 2 years ago. It almost looked like Tim Robinson's dog ears, like when it was not in a ponytail.
Hey, spoilers.
So that didn't spoil anything. Well, wait, I literally just flashed a spoiler alert, Griff.
That was season 2, wasn't it, though?
No. Wait. No, you're thinking of Motorcycle Guy. It's taken to another level.
Okay.
There's a couple long hair references in the new season.
There, yes. Oh, very much so.
And you gotta be careful with it when you have long hair.
Jeb Bush says he's leaving when we discuss season 3. But then
we're still not seeing it. That's
we're gonna. We're gonna try to keep it to a minimum. But real quick, one more giveaway. So our friends over at 3 Token Merch. So at the end of the show, we're going to be giving away 3 Token Merch is going to be giving away a sloppy shirt and a sloppy mug. So thank you very much, 3 Token Merch, for supplying that. Definitely encourage everyone to go check them out. They have some great merch there. Do you want to look at some ridiculous hats before we get into like NBA Finals talks and stuff like that?
Why not?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Oops. Where'd that go? Okay, there we go. All right, so we got Jim Carrey's in Bruce Almighty. I honestly wanted to give some love to Weird Al's hat. Like, that's just between Weird Al and Homer Simpson. Like, these are classics. Alex said he would vote for. Oh wow, we have 2 Jim Carreys here. Yeah, Alex said he would vote for Dumb and Dumber, but I'm trying to think.
Like Christmas, even though we're not supposed to talk about Christmas.
We're not. That's right. We're not. Don't ask about it. Didn't our producers tell you? I did like that Doodles got a little bit of love up here. The Doodles wearables green fancy cactus hat. I thought that was pretty clever. But we did pick a winner. Hopefully they're tuning in. I'll definitely post it on social after. But we did pick a winner. It was sort of unanimous, and that's the toilet paper hat.
Kind of like what
it's
Tweaker called out there.
what's that?
Chat. I said Tweaker called out in the chat. He said, "Gotta be toilet paper head."
It's just great, and it's something that I probably will try to build myself. We have I have terrible allergies here, and half the time I just use toilet paper rolls anyways instead of boxes of tissues that cost like $5 each. So congratulations. I'll reach out to you on Twitter for I'll reach out on Twitter for the winner of this. But
they should make one where it's like a receipt roll, so you can eat the receipt afterwards.
Oh, you can, as long as there is no mud pie. As long as there is no mud pie on it. Yeah.
You need a bigger slice so you don't have the mud pie.
Yeah, you do. So we have trivia, like a lot of these giveaways. So we're giving away, between the 3 token merch hat and mug, and then we'll be giving away 0.5 sloppy to 5 people each, all based around I think you should leave trivia. And I was just looking up stuff, and I totally forgot that what's his name, Steven Yeun, was Oscar nominated this past year. Yeah.
He's awesome. I love that guy.
Yeah, it is. Oh, and we are, as you see on the overlay, we are brought to you by Corncob TV. Yeah, I'm not worried about any of it. Anyways, guys,
it's their last year they're gonna be on. They're pulling the plug.
They are. I'll kill you. They are pulling the plug. Guys, take it away. I'm curious to know some NBA Finals talk. Like Game 4 predictions, series predictions. I'm going to eat my words on Bam Adebayo because I was trashing him like over the last 2 months. So yeah, what do you guys think of this series so far?
I love it. Everyone's said or was concerned about the ratings, but I think it's good to get some fresh faces out there, especially if they've earned it. I mean, you can't put like the popular guys in there just for it. It's a competition, so you got the best competitors out there, and people are getting to see Joker for the first time for a lot of fans. And
I don't get that, by the way.
Well, so
some people only watch the finals.
Yeah,
so
yeah, true.
There is also validity for people not in the region. Like we get no Nuggets games, no Blazers games, nothing broadcast unless it's basketball, night basketball on TNT or something. Like we get nothing other than Sixers, Knicks, and Wizards. Where I'm located, I could usually find any of those games at any time. Not Nuggets, though.
I mean, I guess we're a little biased here since we've had a couple big series. I think we talked about it a little bit last week, even of how here with the Blazers we had gone to 7 overtimes, I believe. During the second round a few years back there. I mean, we had the 4 overtime game there, and then they came and kicked our ass. I think it was the next year in the playoffs. So we need to come back and, win that best of 3 in the playoffs here soon.
Yep. And then they gave us Nurk instead of Jokic, even though they drafted Nurk first.
Nurk. I see Tweaker in the chat. I know he's the #1 Nurk fan.
What is?
I love Nurk too, but he's not an MVP.
I think it's the end of Nurk's days in Portland.
To be honest, anything you guys say, I'm gonna work the 76ers into it. Philly needs a legit backup center. Not as much as I love B-ball Paul. Paul Reed is not really gonna, take us to the promised land. Jeb Bush says that's fake news, by the way. Just putting that.
So you're going. You'd take Nurk, is what you're saying?
I'm not saying I would take Nurk. I'm just pointing out that Philly needs a backup center, and it's a possibility. Yeah.
Thanks for Matisse, by the way.
It was weird. I'm a big Matisse fan, I was a big Matisse fan when he was here. He was certainly super frustrating from an offensive end, and his consistent insistence on fouling 3-point shooters, but it did come along with like 3 blocks per game, 4 or 5 steals per game. So it was like something you lived with. And then the whole vaccine thing happened, where he was unable to play in the Toronto series. That soured a lot of people. And then he played like total crap. So, and it's not like he was a superstar, so it was pretty easy for people to be like, all right, go away, Matisse. But I like him. His S1 moment is one of my favorites, just because like camera angles and all that kind of stuff.
I'm pretty sure I actually traded with Alex when I was in Amsterdam, the Matisse Thibault. And he gave me a bunch of other like Cam Reddish and I forgot a few other like S1 moments for tickets when I was in Europe back in February.
That's right. Yeah, right when the trade happened, I got some tickets from you for. I think I give you a package of players that just got traded to Blazers. So it was like Thibault, and I think Svi was part of the trade, but he was immediately retraded.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
Yeah. And there was another one, and Reddish. Yeah.
Tweaker says he traded Nurkic for a bag of Skittles, by the way.
Yeah, I believe
that. Do you guys have any? You guys want? Are we still thinking like Nuggets in 5? Because that's what I said like right from the get go on the show with Treaticus before the series started. I said I don't think it's gonna. I don't think the Denver wins are going to be particularly close. Denver in 5. I didn't think it was. I thought the Heat would win one in Miami and lose both in Denver. So not exactly, but yeah. Where are you guys at with it?
I think it's going to be 6 for Nuggets at least now. I think I probably was with you last week and saying like 5. Maybe I said 6, but it feels like it'll be at least 6. I think the Heat are going to get this next one in Miami. I think they're going to come back and take one, but then, it's hard to bet against the Joker and Murray right now. They're going crazy.
Yeah, I'm always with the underdog and just seeing what Miami's done. I'm not going to fade them. So I've been Heat in 6 the whole time.
Heat in 6. Okay. I'll be happy if that happens. I want Jimmy to get that ring. I mean, I would love for that to happen. I just personally don't see it happening. Especially if the Heat can't win or even come close when like Michael Porter Jr. plays like ass and KCP goes 0 for 8 billion. Like if they can't win those games, like that's pretty tough.
Jimmy is, I guess he's kind of, I understand him in a way. He's like the biggest procrastinator in the world. And I think he's ready to step it up. It could, he got ahead by 3 and then just, coasted for a few in the last series. And then game 7, that's
the thing though. Like their Nuggets are a different animal. Like they can't rely on, comebacks and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's true. In game 2, the Nuggets were the ones that almost made the comeback.
Exactly. Yeah, the Nuggets. They're flat out much better than the Celtics. One thing I did want to point out with this series, and because Alex, you mentioned smaller market, it's good for smaller markets to get exposure, and I'm pretty sure actually the ratings have like the first couple games ratings have beaten out some past year's ratings. So like that's not like even a starter. Like ratings have been fine. One thing that I enjoy about Top Shot though is reasons like this, getting to know players like Gabe Vincent more, getting to know. I'm trying to think of Christian. Is it pronounced Brown? Like it's spelled Braun, but it's pronounced Brown. So just like seeing those players and actually having an investment in them, rather than cool role player, et cetera, et cetera. So
speaking of Brown, Bruce Brown's been playing. He's they wouldn't be here without Bruce Brown.
I think I've taken a few parlays, and in every single one I've done Brown 10 plus points, and he's been the only one that hasn't disappointed me.
He's on defense too. He's just making stuff happen.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Absolutely.
Yeah, I do like having these smaller guys come in, and undrafted guy theory aside. I mean, I do like Duncan. He went to Michigan. He was big, not even that big. I don't even think he started when he was there, but that was during time when I was watching a lot of Michigan games. So liked seeing him all of a sudden like bounce between getting having a good run there, then going undrafted, and then landing with the Heat. I'm like, dope. And then he played well, getting the contract, then fell out. So I've been enjoying watching just like his entire journey. And I think
it's been a roller coaster for him because he got to that finals that first season, and then even most of this season he wasn't even in the rotation. So maybe Tyler Hero saved his career by breaking his hand.
And that's been so crazy with just the Tyler Hero aspect of it. Him being out. He was supposed to be one of the Heat's best players, and gets hurt in the first round. And who knows when he comes back? Right now, I don't know if they really want him to, because whose time is he taken away from? That's been really balling. And is he going to be as effective? What the hell's going to happen with him? So that's going to be interesting.
I was actually just going to say, hey, guys, did you know he'd have 7 undrafted players? Boston-based, we will not be addressing that. I am excited because I got I'm going to call it a squirter discount on Zion's S1 rookie debut rare, but we will be erring on the safe side and not addressing not addressing the Zion situation. Yeah. What a
it's been a trip.
It has
for Zion's fan base.
Yeah, that was the pre-show topic, but can't.
Right.
We already covered that.
Some things we just can't air. Some things we just can't air. All right, so let's get into, I guess, the meat of everything, which is, Alex, your journey on Top Shot, and then moving into Sloppy. But I'm gonna let you guys take over. If you can expound upon how and why you got started with Top Shot. Maybe I did want to ask about various series. How you think Series 4 is going. Any favorite set you have, et cetera, et cetera. I'm just curious because I feel like the number of OGs are slowly dwindling down. I saw that guy Andy, and then 4 numbers after his name. I forget exactly what it was. He just sold off his last moments. And so between you and Mike and a few others, grateful to have OG still around. So if you just want to. Yeah, if you just want to expound a little bit on all that.
Yeah, and in addition to that, I mean, Alex, you were part of the I don't want to say beta, but like closed beta, right?
Closed
like
beta.
The first 100. How did you get there? Elaborate on that and how you got it like all the way into where you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna do a mortgage against my house and we're gonna fucking put it into this shit.
Yeah. Before that closed beta, I had. I'm not reading the comments, so I'm not sure.
I'm just gonna I'm trying to keep up. I'm just gonna flash them as they come up. I'm gonna be silent except for laughter for the next 10 minutes. Okay.
I'm not reading the comments just because I just have one screen right here, but I'll read them later. And plus, I don't want to get distracted. It's already hard enough for me to like speak and make sentences. So, my journey to Top Shot began a few years before that. I was involved in crypto for some time, and then CryptoKitties dropped, and it was just so different from anything else that I went all in, and that's when I got to know the Dapper team before they were even Dapper, and just seeing what they've been able to do over the years. So then I was really excited when they got that NBA contract. So I applied to get in. There weren't that many applicants. And yeah, I was ready to go all in. I mean, before I was collecting everything on Top Shot, I was collecting everything on CryptoKitties. And yeah, I just got to know the team. I'm a fan of what they're doing. It takes a long time to get to where we are, and I think it's going to take a lot more time to get to where we want to be.
It's good to be brutally honest with that, and that it's going to take a lot more time to get to where we want to be. But like that's okay. And you know, for a lot of issues or complaints that people bring up, like I would say a solid, you know, at this point, you know, there's still a lot of valid complaints, but I think it's pretty clear that the options are, you know, stick with it, keep tabs on everything, or, you know, just leave, which is easier said than done, but it sort of is what it is right now. And I think a lot of us don't have any delusions that it's definitely going to take several years to, you know, maybe dig out of whatever perceived hole that Top Shot is in. Yes, Boston based. Yeah, good thing we're all young guys here. That's true. Although, like I said though on the show with Treaticus, I'm closer to AARP age than I am to legal drinking age. So
I saw a thing that was like we're closer to 2040 than we are to 2006. So yeah.
I was still in high school, so that feels crazy.
Yeah.
In 2006, oh yeah, where was I in 2000? I was in my second year at Rutgers in 2006. That's right. Yeah.
I just moved to Seattle for University of Washington.
But so I mean, what were the days like early on? I'm assuming Mike was in this first 100 bunch too. Maybe he jumped in right after that, but like
he might have been a month later.
Like?
Yeah, I think he might have been a month later or so. It was just something exciting and new. There wasn't a marketplace, so they were just kind of just trialing it and seeing what the response was and getting feedback. It was not many things worked on the first couple of weeks. So it was really just, I would call it an alpha even. But it was exciting. It was like the first time NFTs had like collaborated with a major brand. So there was just a lot of excitement around that.
And that's all after the attempted Steph Curry brand partnership with CryptoKitties, right?
Yeah. There are some Steph Curry CryptoKitties minted, but then they got not released because something fell through with the agent. So, you know, we got some beef with Curry a little bit. Or not him, but his agent or wherever it fell through. And then he went with FTX instead. Oh. So
and that turned out just fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
Should have stuck with the cats.
Alxo, what's your day job? Boston Base says you're a bra salesman. I'm going to take his word for it unless I'm refuted otherwise.
No, I'm a rubber salesman. I work in the tire industry. Just a local company here in the Portland area.
You're not a salesperson, no? You're in what, IT?
Yeah, I'm IT. So I don't actually sell the tires, but I make all the websites and apps that do sell the tires, and help support the stores and the warehouses and all that. So it's, I mean, you know, speaking of AARP, that, you know, it's building software for that community, which is a fun challenge.
Oh yeah, that's like explaining math to explaining math to like a 4-year-old or something like that, or the difficulty rather of explaining.
It's a fun challenge. It keeps me from getting rusty, and it's.
I'll be honest. I sort of see a little similarity. I mean, coming on for marketing, like I know there's already a religious established user base, but I still, when I can, try and explain things to non-NFT and non-crypto people. 90% of the time, they still either don't care or don't understand. But it's fun to like try and come up with various ways to explain and phrase it because it gives you, I feel like, a little bit more appreciation for it.
To build like your own, like, how do you explain this to depending on who your audience is? It's hard to build that up, and you have to, and then it's easy to forget it too. So you have to constantly kind of exercise that part.
That was something I felt like we had to come up with when we did the cardboard shows. Mike G and I were going there and did that a few times. Trying to onboard new users from like existing like cardboard collectors and everything like that. And it was coming up with essentially the pitch of why they should care as, a typically cardboard collector there. And so, I mean, it was cool having things like displays out, like Infinite Objects and Nifted, but, just a lot of them were like, meh. And then if they heard anything NFT wise, it was quickly, I'm out.
Here's the thing, though, that a lot of those same people, and believe me, I enjoy collecting, wax also. My cousin owns a collectibles and card store here in South Jersey. Randomly, Sam Bradford stopped into the store last week or a couple weeks ago. But it is very ironic that a lot of the same people that just quickly pass it off are the same people that will scream at Topps and Panini because of a shipping issue or a card was like slightly bent or something. Like the reality is that the digital solves a lot of problems. But it'll take a while, and I think there's room for both. My mind was definitely blown when I assume you guys saw the VR 3D rotating legendary moment or something. I forget who put that out, but yeah, that
was someone. Yeah, it was someone on the team. No, it was someone on the team at Roham. Yeah. Right.
That was that was pretty.
Yeah, one of the devs or PMs was experimenting with something. They already kind of did something like that with an Instagram filter, but I think they're gonna be building on top of that. Maybe in the app, maybe.
Oh, I do remember that. There is, I know, it's a hack of some sorts where you put your phone down and you basically have 4 pieces of transparent plastic, like thick transparent or mirror plastic around your phone, like one here, one here, one here, one here. And if you play it, there is a very light hologram that plays on it. So I think that that's sort of cool. But we're always gonna.
Yeah, I think Steve Veerman was showing off some of that. He prototyped stuff like that, and he's made the stuff where you can print them out and make the ornaments. And there's lots of options. I even recently got pulled into, like, I fell for one of those Twitter ads where a company will reply with their product on every single post. I fell for one and got one of those like spinning fans that has like the LED lights.
That. Yep, I saw that.
It makes a hologram.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun to.
I see those at like airports, I feel like now.
Oh yeah, they're making their rounds, huh? Yeah. I guess they've been around for a while. They were just, I didn't never heard of them because they were so expensive, but now they're ready for consumer use. And I mean, the one I got was cheap. It was cheap and it's low quality, but I just wanted to try it before I got like a legit one.
The other thing I would say is, so I'm looking at my Top Shot collection, and I'm looking at my wax and memorabilia collection. Not all of us can have as sexy of a setup as Trevor does in the background. I'm in my dining room, bookended by a shelf of pots and pans and a hutch with snacks and everything on it. All of my stuff are in boxes because I don't have an office. I don't have room for it. Everything here is at my fingertips. So there's something to be said. I feel like on my end, I understand a lot of concerns and a lot of critiques on digital collectibles. What I don't understand, though, and appreciate is how quick people are to condemn it, and without looking at underlying situations and things like that. So that's
it's the same with anything that's new. There's a lot of hesitancy. I think it's just human nature.
Well, the headline from 1998 looks like the internet was just a fad. Yeah, we'll see. We're here for
Yeah.
it.
So we'll see what takes these days turn out to be good takes, and what I mean, the future is uncertain. So it's just fun to be part of the ride.
How do you think?
Speaking of the ride, what do you think has been your favorite part of maybe just at least going back to the start of Top Shot? What has been the best part for you so far?
I mean, I got to be honest. That crazy growth we had in that February 21 was just something I had never seen before, and I've been collecting stuff my whole life, and just experiencing that was a mix of emotions. And in reality, that wasn't that many people. It just happened all so too fast. So hopefully it happens again, and now the platform's ready for it.
Well, and here's the thing: prices shouldn't have those were just unrealistic. Like everyone's talking, everyone says, "Oh, this and this is at 99% is 99% down." Yeah, I get that, but in the first place, a Spencer Dinwiddie out of mint 15,000 shouldn't in the first place have costed $500 or something. So I get everything is 90+% down. It should never have been 1,000% plus up in the first place. So that's my retort. Yeah. I can't take some of these comments. Oh man,
I gotta catch up and read them all because I feel like
just go back.
I feel like I'm missing some good ones, but
there are some good ones in here.
I can't really.
Prison.
I can't really multitask. So
Boston base. It was a pretty shitty trading decision. Yeah, on that. How do you think Series 4 has been going, Alex?
They've done so many things. It's hard to remember everything that's happened. There's the locking, burning, new types of content like the fit check set, which is awesome. The app. I mean, it's just the amount of progress in the past year has been impressive. I mean, the only thing I'll say as a collector is it's hard to keep up with all the new moments, especially with the lower mint set. I know it's unpopular, but when you're trying to collect everything, the higher mints were easier.
And are you still holding one of everything on Top Shot?
Yeah, I'm missing a few legendaries from this year, but I'll try to finish them out. But if they get really low mint count next year, I think I've already hit. I'm already running out of liquidity, so I might have to pick and choose.
Thank you for the AJ Griffin deal. It's going to take me a while to finish, but I think I'm sitting at 14 out of 20 rookie revelation now.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, none of the 14 are Banchero, so I need to win a big parlay or something like that.
Yeah, I was stoked when I pulled one. I think I ended up, but I was on the priority access, so I ended up with 12 packs. So I was going to be pretty upset if I didn't pull one, but still, I think it was like a 50% chance I would miss it because you get some duplicates out of those that many packs.
And it's not a huge set, but it was still 18 moments, comparatively speaking to some of the smaller, 10 or 12 moment sets.
Yeah. So, I was pretty happy with that because there's the leaderboard too. But even with that legendary, that being in the top 50 for that leaderboard isn't guaranteed. So, because there's 75 of them. So if everyone locks them, then it's going to be people are going to be fighting for that tiebreaker to get to that leaderboard.
The leaderboard seems to be, I guess, the hot topic of discussion, and I might want to dip on over to Sloppy and then come back to leaderboards when we talk about receiving the LeBron and stuff. But that's definitely been a hot topic in terms of Top Shot score, things being valued higher than others just because they were bought in in February 2021, basically. But I did want to ask you, any other flow projects that you're really feeling or bag holding or anything? I know for my own, it was hoodlums. I still have a bunch. So I think I'm down to like 6. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just a big flow fan, so I try to be involved in every single one of the projects. It's getting kind of to be too many now that it's grown, but yeah, I love Flowvitar. I love stuff that's not even like, like collectibles. Like, the floats are kind of fun to collect and interact with. I was super big on chain monsters, but they're paused right now. So hopefully the economy can bring them back.
But they also went to ETH anyways.
Yeah, I think that was maybe they were trying to raise some money. It didn't work out, unfortunately.
I really hope a project like Parallel comes to Flow, because they were, at this point, I think they have over 600,000 collectibles on Ethereum. But I'm not going to pay gas fees to basically build a Magic the Gathering type set. So I hope something like that comes to Flow. We see some gamification in other projects, but I'm hoping that Tweaker. I'm big on goats. Yeah.
The goated goats.
Yeah,
I love the goat. Yeah, the goats are. I mean, the goats were cool, and ballers are kind of they had a fun ride.
I know one time we were at Marathon and you were just like grabbing tequila shots and like buying Flowvitar backgrounds casually the whole time and just like going ham on them. And it was the tequila, I felt like, but you were having a good time.
Yeah. I think that was just a couple months after I sold the house I had. So I had some extra. I was a little bit looser then.
I've researched more than I should how much my house price has gone up since purchasing it. So I might have to stop that, lest I be tempted in taking out a loan.
Well, that's how you're gonna finish your rookie
revelation. I know.
Yeah,
No, we're gonna need to upgrade. We're gonna need to upgrade soon. So yeah. So it's time to start saving. All right, let's get into Sloppy. We're gonna start. I have the giveaways split up, and they're all trivia based. I said numerous times on social, brush up on your I think you should leave if you want to win stuff. So we're giving away 0.5 Sloppy to 5 people each. So giving away 2.5 Sloppy. Or rather, I should say that Alxo is giving it away. It is not from any of our accounts or anything like that. But 5 people will be getting 0.5 Sloppy, all trivia based. So let's get into it. The way this works is I will flash a question on the screen. Whoever responds in the comments first with the correct answer wins. And disclaimer, sometimes it might appear differently to you. Like it might show that you responded first when where someone maybe edged you out on my end. So I just go by my end. So I'm sorry if that happens. And you can't be more than one winner. All right. We want to spread the love here. So let's get into the first trivia question for 0.5 Sloppy. The actor who plays Howie in Game Night, Gazpacho Soup, Roy Donk, also appears in what other skit? Let's see. I'm gonna leave this up here.
There's multiple answers to this one.
So for I guess before season 3, because he's in season 3. He's in season 3 also. No, that's not. No, sorry.
Oh man, people don't know it.
Come on. Not So Rick D, yeah, you know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you that. We weren't going to do season 3, but yeah, Rick D says heart monitor. If you haven't watched season 3 yet, that is a correct answer, so we will accept that. I'm gonna make a note of these winners. The answer yeah, what's up, Mouse? Why are you doing this? From the earlier seasons, the answer was Space Date. The guy who split. Can we have that martini for free? Can we have that martini for free? Just spilled a little bit on her dress. But yes, what was? Let me grab this down. Yeah. So Rick D, you got them both. Yeah. So Rick D 25. I am okay. Rick D 25. Rick, reach out in the Flowty Discord, or let me know, or reach out to me on Twitter at We Go Live in 5, and we will get you hooked up for that. All right, second question, and then we'll take a short break from the trivia and talk a little bit about Sloppy. Second question right here. 4.5 Sloppy. What is the name of the high school in TC Tuggers? In the TC Tuggers skit. These are details. Go watch closer.
That's really niche. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but I don't know.
These are varying levels of difficulty. Like some are easier than others. So we're gonna wait. The name of the high school in TC Tuggers. It's not, you're not supposed to wear for Halloween. It's not to be worn. Jeb Bush Bush gets it. Yeah,
River Mountain High.
River Mountain High. We'll flash that answer up there. Underrated. It's not dying laughing funny, but it's just something that you're smiling from like start to finish.
It's very wholesome.
It is very wholesome. Thanks for thinking they're cool. All right. So two questions out of the way. We will continue with others in a little bit. But for now, I want to talk a little bit about Sloppy. My questions for you, Alex.
Actually, hold up real quick.
Yeah.
I see we got 25 people or so watching right now, and only 13 people have liked this stream so far. So if you're in here, go in, like the stream.
Like it. Make sure you're
following. Help us out.
Hit the bell.
Yeah, awesome. And again, we'll say it a number of times. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Flowty Live has been seemingly a big hit so far since we started it a few weeks ago, and we're just going to continue with it. But yeah, Trevor, I appreciate you reminding me of that. So Alex, where'd you come up with the idea other than I think you should leave? What was the process like creating the DAO? Curious about any roadblocks and issues encountered, response from the community, and thoughts on, I guess, meme coins in general, whether it be Flow, whether it be Ethereum or anything like that. So I'm gonna let you guys take it away from here.
Yeah, to start out, I think it was like a month ago, someone started a thread. It's like, hey, why isn't Flow, getting in on some of these fun coins? Why are we getting left out? And there was like, they asked like, what would be the coin on? What would be some ideas for a coin on Flow? And there were some good answers. And this was around, I think, the first round of the playoffs where Doc Rivers had said, "Don't play with your meat," about when they were playing against the Nets. So I was thinking like meat token, inspired by Doc Rivers. And then someone replied to that and said, no, the obvious option is Sloppy. And so I was like, oh yeah, of course. So that kind of just stuck in the back of my mind. I didn't really think of anything of it after that. I was just like, okay, yeah, that's the right answer. And I just went on with my, work and with Top Shot and stuff. And then, like I was saying earlier, I'm always checking out everything on Flow. So I saw just last week that the Emerald DAO team, really talented group, came out with, they made the floats and a bunch of other awesome
Jacob
tools.
Tucker, those guys are great.
Yeah, they're unicorns of the community. And they just launched this toucans program, which is kind of like floats, but they're fungible. So I jumped on that, and then I was reminded of that thread we had where, Sloppy would have been a fun one. So I filled in a couple fields. It took like 10 minutes to fill it out. I had to think of a number of supply. 10,000 seems popular in the NFT community, so why not in the fungible community? And clicked done, and then just to test it out. Have maybe I could provide some feedback. Yeah, I was pretty excited that it was so easy. So I shared it out, and anyone who replied got some tokens if they identified with the Sloppy name, and gave some out, and then kind of the community ran with it. Seemed like people were hungry for something like this, and they, now it's got a life of its own. But it's been kind of pretty, because it wasn't only showcasing the toucans, but they've also like partnered and like built together with other builders and on the flow. There's just so many great developers here, like on the Increment site, and just the flow architecture itself lends itself to being more user friendly and all that. So I think it was a good way to kind of showcase all the cool stuff that's being built on Flow, and just making it fun makes it easier to digest, I think. And I think that's provided a lot of feedback too towards those developers, and hopefully the tools only get better going forward.
We did have a comment. Got to point out, it is technically LOPPY, but that's the only way it works. It's the only way it could work, because you can't have the $ and then Sloppy. It had to be LOPPY.
Yeah, the $, it would be redundant. You can't have that.
And I said to you guys before the show that I want to keep my wife involved and aware of everything that's going on. So I tried to explain meme coins and shit coins. She says, "Why are they called shit coins?" And so I explained Sloppy, and she says, "I understand all the words that just came out of your mouth. Don't understand what they all mean coming together."
Yeah, I tried to explain it to my fiance too, and she's like, "Yeah, Alex is a smart guy, but cool story, bro."
Oh, on air. Speaking of on air, congrats to our man Trevor, who is expecting future dad Trevor. So big on air congrats to him. I told him to get as much sleep in as possible now.
Can I hold the baby?
Yeah, I mean, at some point for sure.
I don't know.
Alex is a piece of shit, though.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
Alex was someone I told a few weeks ago. I think we were watching the last game of the Warriors-Lakers series at a bar somewhere, and I mentioned it. He was in the
I think it was game 5, so it might not have been the last one, but yeah,
something like that. Yeah, name the kid Roham. That's what they said earlier before we hopped on too.
I guess, but you know the sex, right? Already?
Yeah.
Have you? Is that something we can talk about, or like did you want to reveal if it's a boy or a girl?
The pictures and stuff had all the bows and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So
you can name her Janie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Well, Janie's cool though. I like Janie. She came out.
I met her. Yeah.
She came up to Spirit of 77 with us right after our Top Golf event last summer, and she came and kicked it with us. It was 2 people on our community's birthday that night, and she literally took everyone's tab at the bar and just put them all onto hers, and It was completely unexpected, and like she just came through. It was dope. Like,
yeah, I was there, but there was just so many people. I didn't get a chance to meet her or talk to her. But I saw her a few months later at the Magic Johnson event,
nice.
which was incredible. And yeah, she's awesome, and she was a super follower for a bit, but
she had high aspirations, and maybe she revealed her aspirations before she shouldn't have. But like in general, she was fine. She came on our Twitter Spaces, I know, that week too. I see my G out there in the crowd. Where she announced that she was coming to this event. I mean, like, there's some things she promised and talked about that never came to fruition and stuff. So maybe it was stuff that shouldn't have been talked about. But like in general, like she was cool. Like
yeah. The only thing that's like confusing is like all these hit pieces that came out. And
yeah.
She still likes a lot of our stuff on Instagram, like Ripback City stuff. So I mean, she's
polarizing figure. I think.
Definitely.
Trev, I was going to ask.
I mean, who isn't?
I know, that's true. That's true. AG, shout out. Trev, I was going to ask, was the onesie inspired by Top Shot? And then there were 5?
Oh, no, not at all. That was something from my fiance, and it's just because we got 2 dogs.
Right. Oh, no. I figured that as much. All right, so we are nearing an hour. So let's do some more trivia and get into, I think you should leave chat. Duck is in here pumping duck coin mint, but we're happy. We're happy.
I guess
also
on
toucans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
absolutely. No, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that in a negative way. I think anything like that is good for the community. I think one thing it shows is, I think it might show people from Ethereum that there is some progress or some similarities starting to take shape.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, even if I'm not a big like buyer of meme coins and stuff. I'm an NFT guy, but
right.
I think there is a lot of hesitancy for people joining Flow just because they feel like it's not up to par.
Right.
But it is, and in a lot of ways, I think it has advantages. So, just using these tools, giving feedback, I think is important.
And just the idea of DeFi kind of growing on Flow.
Right.
We have our friends over at Increment doing their thing. You got the Toucans platform. And then even Flowty, being a marketplace where you're able to use different types of currencies, even just beyond Dapper Balance, which is typically what people see coming from like the Top Shot marketplace and such. So the fact that we're kind of adding to that, everyone has their niche that they're all working on to kind of help support Flow and everything that kind of grows off of it. So I think there's a lot there, and almost like the rising tide raises all ships kind of mentality there, that like as people start to utilize these other tools, they're going to utilize Flowty, they're going to utilize just an ecosystem in general.
It's slowly becoming more decentralized. That was the biggest complaint is especially because Dapper is Flow, and it really wasn't seen as true decentralization. All right, let's get into some more trivia. So just a reminder, especially if you're just jumping in, we're giving away 0.5 sloppy to 5 different people. Congrats already to Rick D and Jeb Bush for getting the good question, Jump Shot. A lower tide sinks all boats too. That if one's true, the other has to be. I will not argue there.
One question though is can people win multiple times?
No.
Okay.
No, we want no. We're trying to spread the love here.
All right, because we can't give it all to Jeb.
No. Let me. I'm trying to look. Let me look at these following 2 questions. All right, so. One of the next 2 questions, Alex, actually, we brought it up in our Discord conversation. You'll see in a second. But first, this one. So again, I'm going to flash question on the screen. First one to get it in the comments wins the sloppy. So let me cue this ticker as well for right now. All right, here we go. For point 5, Sloppy, in what food does a baby duck get its head stuck during the somber funeral song He Layeth on High, performed by the immaculate, rest in peace, Fred Willard? Let's see. Alxo, the next one is from our conversation. Miami. just throwing it out there. Again, in what food? Vishal, yeah, I'll accept it. I was hoping we would get stewed tomato, but Vishal, I will certainly accept tomato as well.
These are just getting more detailed.
I messaged you. I said it's a religion. Okay, yes. I said it's a religion. All right, but again, Vishal, certainly reach out in Discord or social to my condolences to claim your sloppy. All right, next question. So this is the fourth 0.5 sloppy we're giving away. What part of Carl Havoc's costume kills Carmine Laguzio?
That's an easy one, guys.
It should, like I said, they're varying levels of difficulty. I think it's good.
The first 3 escalated, I think. It's different for everyone. Everyone has like their skits that they watch more than others.
Yeah. So again, what part of Carl Havoc's costume kills Carmine Laguzio when they did too much? Way too much. No one yet.
Uh-oh.
They're not doing it.
Jab knows it's a gimme. Like it's one of the best. It's one of the best. Like it's one of the best 3 lines ever. Boston based. You're getting close, but it's something very specific that I'm gonna need that very specific answer here. Your hint that was Boston based is getting close. He said mask and then he said face.
The hint is you go watch it. At this point, if you watch it, if you've already started the skit, you get the answer before everyone else.
It's true. We're still lucky. Oh, there's D-Jack. There we go. The chin kills. The chin kills.
It was
nice.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
I thought it was interesting. D-Jack, awesome. You know the drill. Reach out in Discord or social to get your 0.5 sloppy. Okay, so all right. So honestly, like the last couple things, we'll address this quickly, and then maybe just talk about some of our favorite and least favorite skits and everything. But I did want to pull this up because you and our esteemed owner, Mike, are the recipients of the legendary The Block. Yep. Let me minimize this a little bit. So wanted to try and showcase this. Now, even though I am, Philly 4 for 4, half of my family is from Cleveland. Like dad was born in Cleveland, literally traveled to Cleveland twice a year from, age 0 to age 20 or something. So the Cavs winning this title, and up until that point, the only thing I've really seen outside of like the Phillies 93 World Series appearance, and then obviously the Sixers 2001 finals appearance. Outside of that, it was just the Phillies in 2008. So when this happened, like this was awesome. This was epic. Was this like one of those things where like, does everyone sort of remember when like this comeback was finalized? I'm sorry, even if Boston came back to win that game 7, this was still the best comeback, because you were talking about arguably the greatest team to ever step foot on the basketball court. And now that's not the story of the season. The story is LeBron. So a couple questions, like I said, we can sort of breeze through. Yeah, if you remember watching that game 7, and then how will you remember LeBron? Cavs, Heat, Lakers? And honestly, I feel like I'm posing this question to the community as well. Like, how will you remember LeBron? Cavs, Heat, Lakers, et cetera, et cetera. And then finally, like, how does it feel, I guess, to receive, this absolutely epic moment?
Yeah, I'll just go in order. I was actually living in San Francisco for that season, so like
Oh,
the
wow.
energy was so awesome. Like, because I think they started the season like with 17 or 20,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
wins, and just the excitement for that season, and then just the devastating way it ended. Just feeling that in the city was crazy. So it was definitely like a moment that's legendary. And I wasn't like, just because I moved to San Francisco, I didn't become like a huge Warriors fan, but it, you definitely felt it in the area, and I wasn't as engaged with NBA at the time after the devastating loss of the Supersonics. That was my team. So
bring them back.
Yeah, bring him back. But Top Shot brought me back to NBA. So, but yeah, it was a sad time between losing the Supersonics and then Top Shot. But yeah, this being in San Francisco for this was something. And
Trev,
then,
Trev, was this real quick? Trev, was this a moment where you were like, "Yep, I remember all of that going down between that and Kyrie's shot"?
Yeah, I'd say I remember this one more than Kyrie's. I mean, I'm also just a meh on Kyrie in general. But like, I'd say like for me personally, like two of the most memorable eras there with LeBron was like this block, and probably and it didn't even include LeBron into play as much, but Ray Allen's shot with the Heat. That was pretty huge, and a lot of this was during like the college era for me. So that was when I really got back into basketball, watching it regularly. Since I think the 2008-2009 seasons when I started like religiously watching the Blazers again. But I lived in Michigan at the time, so everything was late and everything like that. But to me, this play here was like it displaced the Tayshaun Prince on Reggie Miller block from Once Upon a Time there.
Point. Yeah.
For like the really big chase down, huge block to really kind of changed the trajectory of the series itself. And that because that was so huge, and I lived in Michigan at the time, and the Pistons were pretty great back then.
Yeah. And you were, and I mean, if you were living in Michigan at the time, there's still a somewhat big contingency of Cavs fans in Michigan. The further away you get from Detroit and like the closer you get to Ohio, maybe is there? I'm curious.
I mean, it's pretty much just Michigan and Ohio in general. There's like some real territory lines drawn.
Oh, sure.
Where like just anything that's between those is war.
Fair enough.
And then your second question about LeBron is like, it's just hard not to see him as like a Cav. He started there, and that's his home city.
Yeah.
And then he left to go to the Heat. And part of me thinks he did it so that the Cavs could get a couple first picks during those seasons.
Yeah.
And then come back and use those first picks and actually have a team. So if it was a chess move like that, that's epic.
Yeah. The tweaker. LeBron will finish as a Blazer.
We thought that Bronny was coming here to Oregon.
I mean, I do in the show sheet. I said, well, when will LeBron's retirement come? I mean, I don't think he's lying when he says he just wants to play, like one season with Bronny, because like I'm trying to think. Wait, has a father and son duo ever played basketball at the same time? No. Didn't think so. I mean, what comes to mind?
And football,
exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, what comes to mind for me is Griffey's pretty much.
Yeah, of course, Ken Griffey, and then I thought of because Frank Gore, his son, I think, I don't know if he got drafted. As a matter of fact, I think he was in college at least.
Frank Gore Jr.
Yeah. Frank Gore was old as shit. It's still playing. What's up, LG? I see you out here.
Yes. What's up, LG? Tuning in late, but just in time for like a couple final giveaways and certainly in time for I think you should leave discussion.
I think the last thing you're asking is like the moment itself, right? So yeah, I mean, chase down blocks are my favorite. You can look at my collection. I've got, like, I think my biggest stack is the Anthony Simons chase down, where it turns into a wedgie. You know, it's kind of a meme coin of its own. So you know, the chase down blocks, just, I don't know, there's something about them that are just really impressive to, and just something very.
Speaking of Anthony Simons wedgie block, you know, today is his birthday.
Oh, no way. It was like 22, 23 now or something?
Yeah, he's young as shit. But yeah, I just saw that right before I hopped on.
So speaking of age, and like, I really don't want to go back to this player and open up a whole another stream of comments. But I have to remind myself that Zion is 22 years old. Like, that's, I feel like we've been waiting for him for like 6 years to, you know, like fully break out. Like, that's absurd that he's 22 years old. Yeah.
It doesn't seem that long ago that he blew out his shoes on the court.
Yeah.
In college.
Talk about shoes. You hear all that stuff from the big baller brands shoes. Lonzo had to change his shoes like 4 times during a game because the shoes designed by his dad's brand were so terrible. No.
There was someone else I remember doing the same thing. Same time. That might have been when the ball shoes were like a whole thing and LeVar was going nuts about stuff.
Oh,
hopefully those guys can be playing again soon. It's been rough for them.
It really has been. Yeah. Like, it's easy to like poke fun, especially because his dad is such a big personality, but like, NBA is going to be missing out if they can't have LaMelo, Lonzo, and D'Angelo all at once. Yeah, Vishal agreeing with me. All right, I'm gonna let's do, as we get closer, our last sloppy giveaway, then some I think you should leave chat, and then the merch giveaway, and then we're done. So and again, just reminding everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to all of this. All right, last trivia giveaway for the 0.5 sloppy. This is a gimme. Okay, I'm telling you, this is a gimme.
Don't let us down.
In Baby of the Year, who got pancaked by a drunk dump truck driver? Come on, people. Come on. Waiting. LG requires an actual steak. We'll order one on Amazon if you win, LG. Who got pancaked by a drunk dump truck driver? I mean, you guys know, right? Yes.
No.
It's actually harder than I thought it would be.
Really? Oh man,
I wouldn't say it's a gimme.
Okay.
It's on the tip of my tongue too, like the high school. It's like I think it's at that level.
Torque gets it. Tiny Dinky Daffy.
There's just so many of them in Memoriam. I can't.
I know.
You might mix them up.
There was Little Denny Doo-Doo. And Shirley, Little Denny Doo-Doo, Shirley Kratzworth Shane. You can tell I've watched this way too much.
I think most people, or at least for me, it's easier to remember the actual babies, not the memorial babies. So you got Tiny Dinky Daffy and Harley Jarvis.
Bart Harley Jarvis. Yeah.
Bart Harley Jarvis.
Yeah. Wait, who won that again? Torque. That's right.
So who's our 5 winners then?
So to recap, and again, we still have 2 more questions just for the 3 token merch. Why did I get signed out? 23. For the 3 token merch merchandise.
The hat, the hat, or no, the shirt in
shirt and mug. Yeah. So that was So all right. So Torque again. Reach out, social or in the Flowty Discord. Okay, let's get to it. Favorite skits, least favorite skits. Why is this nonsense so entertaining? Because it is utter and complete nonsense.
I like the zip
Brian's hat.
Brian's hat. Yeah.
Zipline is a new
Yep.
classic. Yeah.
Yep, Zipline is a new classic. Again, watching it second time around was more enjoyable. That was one of the few that first time around it was hysterical. I think you're just here for this. I think you're just here for the Zipline.
I affiliated with that. That looked like a lot of fun, and I would be doing the same thing.
If you go going on a dating show, I'm just here for the Zipline.
Just smash beers and ride the zip line.
I was actually telling Trevor before he watched the show that Tim Robinson kind of reminds me of Trevor in a lot of ways. Do you see that now that you've seen it? Do you feel that?
Yeah, I can see that. I can do some fun stuff. The driving crooner was pretty good.
Driving crooner is definitely good, but I mean, because you're watching it and you're just like, "Fuck is he? What is he doing with this?" And then they reveal those stickers. That moment is just absurd. It's just absurd. I think I would. I think. I don't know. It's tough to put favorite. Underrated, maybe not underrated, but my always a go-to is Dylan's Burger. Dylan's Burger is always a go-to. Whenever I eat something fast, I text my wife and I say I housed this just like Dylan's Burger. So that's
Doctor. Is this another trivia question, or can I?
No.
Is what's his name? Professor Ubega or something?
Oh yeah, Professor Uribe. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
That's true. I did read it. How is Biff Whiff doing, by the way? Because he's going through something also. Biff Whiff, by the way, is Detective Crashmore.
Yeah, I mean, he is in the new season, so he made it that far.
Yeah.
But I mean, they hire a lot of elders in this show.
Trying to think. News.
Like I think half the cast is elders.
Yeah, you're right. Cheap. So yeah, he was just hospitalized. They had a fundraiser. They raised over $45,000. He's battling cancer, so can't leave yet.
Yeah, he's our shirt brother. We got to take care of him.
Shirt brother. There are no rules, shirt brother. I went around and all the doors were locked, and then this door was unlocked.
Promise me a million times you never do another rule.
Going back, I
Speaking
love
of shirt brother. I got something real quick. I saw LG earlier, and he came out for the Raptors game that was here in Portland, and motherfuckers at the First Mint have owed me a T-shirt since like March of last year, and this guy made sure to bring a First Mint T-shirt for me this time out here. And it was like 9-10 months in, but now I finally was shirt brothers with LG in the First Mint crew.
You want to know something funny? I got one too, and I didn't earn it at all.
I went on like Twitter, and they just like asked him a few times. They're like, "Oh, sorry, bro. Like I haven't saw him in New York and shit. And they didn't have it for me, but he came through, and he actually came through with 2 of them. So that was the hookup."
I was almost gonna wear that one too. I'm pretty proud of that First Mint shirt, but I had to go with the debut.
That's like, and we just gave just gave one away.
You will though. You will though.
Mm-hmm.
If only we were Flowty Hat brothers. No hat. LG, you didn't. I don't think you responded with a picture of a crazy hat for part of the giveaway. It was a semi-flash giveaway, not like 30 minutes, but yeah, semi-flash giveaway. Sorry, we'll be doing a lot more. And hopefully, I really like the guys at 3 Token merch. Hopefully, maybe we'll set up a merch shop of sorts.
I mean, would people be interested in that? Like, is that something that people want?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like the number one ask for every single thing is merch.
I'm making some stickers now for I put that I'm a sticker guy, so I'm making some stickers now. But
you need like a mascot though, I would say. That's my advice.
So, okay. I kid you not, and this is alpha right here. Okay, this is alpha. This has not been signed off by the powers that be at Flowty. So this is alpha right here. Literally on my marketing timeline, in the next few months, I have 2 weeks set aside for a mascot contest. There's too many good artists in the community, and Floaty's becoming too much of a recognizable and big brand not to have a mascot. So you heard it here. Be on the lookout. Mascot contest. Not sure what it'll be or how it will be structured, but there's your alpha for the day.
I think Alxo's beard.
Yeah,
just so like the Harden logo of the beard, but just in a slightly different.
Yeah,
shape.
or Crashmore's beard.
Crashmore's beard.
Or you got Chunky. You got a lot. You got a lot of stuff to be inspired by.
Chunky's underrated. Chunky's underrated. I love that Sandberg makes an appearance and everything.
Yeah, he's a producer, so I'm surprised I don't see him more.
What's his face also is one of the funniest, most committed actors. I don't know the actor's name. The honk if you're horny guy, who he's he literally
the co-creator. Yeah, I can't remember either. They did Detroiters together too.
That's right. I need to go finish that. I started Detroiters and I couldn't make the commitment to finish it, so I got to go back.
I mean, that seems like a perfect fit for Trevor to watch too. Maybe we should do like a playback watch of it, because you lived in. Were you in Detroit when you lived in Michigan?
Yeah, I mean just in the suburbs.
Connor O'Malley, thank you, Torque. That's Connor O'Malley, the actor's name. Yeah, he also slept with Frankenstein's chick, as seen in. That was a ridiculous skit. That was one of those things where first time around I was like, this is dumb. Second time around I was like, this is ridiculous and funny.
Yeah. He's he also knows things about being in the Q zone.
In the Q zone, that music industry. I put out an interesting factoid. So in that skit, so Ruben Rabasa, the actor who played the focus group guy, that is a good idea. He actually was the third adult who was scammed by Superstars Trax Records. It didn't make the final cut.
I see that GIF everywhere, and I don't know where to watch that deleted scene.
Yeah, I haven't been able to find it. Yeah.
So I don't know how did the GIF get out there. Maybe Netflix put it out.
A leak, something like that. I mean, it's PR, it's marketing, something like that.
But I
think now that I think about it, that's my all-time favorite. Yeah, that's my all-time favorite skit. Is the
orthopedic surgeon one?
No, the focus group.
Oh, the focus group.
Yeah, like he is the best character.
Yeah. Do we have any Pauls in the chat?
Yeah, do we have any Pauls in the chat? I bet they love their mother-in-law. I bet they love their mother-in-law. And I bet they can't stop farting.
And they suck.
And they suck. and they flinched. All right. So interesting question before we sign off. I mean, we don't know the answer to this question, but it's interesting. When you think Top Shot will leave beta, I think the app does signal that there's like legit progress to it. And by the way, like, this is me not being a homer. The app has been absolutely flawless. Like, the viewing experience is flawless. The scrolling, the purchasing is flawless. And I like that they're basically doing playoffs only, going to gather feedback, debug, stuff like that.
It's smooth. They're just missing some screens where like it still redirects you to the challenges and stuff like that.
Exactly. I tend to agree with Vince Carter. I think Series 6 is when they move out. So, so October 2024. But I feel like the app is like the first sign in a really long time that they're getting close to it. TJ, when it goes to Gamma. Kush.
I think challenges in app would be a lot bigger, so then it's just one less. But I understand why Marketplace is tough to implement in the app there, where Apple's taking their cuts. Like, that makes sense. And it's cool that packs are available, though. But it'll be really interesting. I mean, this is so, like, the packs, like, you can buy it so seamlessly right now. What happens when the packs go on chain? Is there going to be
Right.
more of a lag to creating them? What does that look like when
Right.
they're on chain and you're trying to open them?
Well,
Within the app?
I think I saw that NFL they solve some of that where like they can open
packs
them
are
off.
sellable.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, it's already on chain, but when they open it, it was slower for a long
It took
time.
forever. It took like a minute. It was brutal.
But now they have like a shortcut where they can open it and see what's inside and show you even while the transaction's still processing. I think is what they did. Something clever with that. So it's a better experience, but it's still on chain.
Too bad the shape sucks. You know my thought. You know my thoughts on all
cubes. Cubes are just so much more satisfying.
It really is. We don't have to get into it, but yeah.
I wonder if they could, if they couldn't use the cube, or if they just didn't want to.
So, in my opinion, the pack is supposed to be some type of hybrid between a football shape and the NFL shield shape. I just don't think it work. I just think it doesn't work. I think
symmetry
it's weird.
is symmetry.
It's asymmetrical. I was just going to say that it's asymmetrical. Yeah. So
UFC one is pretty cool. I like the octagon. That's clever.
I do like the octagon. Even La Liga is pretty cool. But we'll certainly, as the summer goes on and NFL preseason gets here, we'll definitely Trevor. I got to catch up on our chat with Diamond. But we'll definitely be talking some all day here.
I'm curious about La Liga now. With Messi coming over to the States, they just put out the first 2 Messi moments, I believe. On La Liga. Is this something that's going to bridge a little bit more of U.S. users to that? Because all of a sudden they're like, yeah, Messi's my fucking guy now.
I hope.
Also there won't be more of them. They kind of will close. Well, I mean, there'll be like historical ones, but there won't be like new La Liga Messi moments, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or new, because unless he goes back.
Right. Can we also just take a minute to acknowledge how absolutely insane it is that a soccer player part of his contract literally includes broadcast revenue? Like that's absurd. Yeah. So Messi, because obviously MLS teams can't match what the Saudi league would pay him or anything like that. So he literally has it in his contract that he gets revenue from broadcast deals. That's absurd. Yeah.
He what 5.5x'd their Instagram following in 24 hours.
Yeah. And so ticket prices, I saw. So ticket prices for Inter Miami before he signed were for their opener were $18 each. After he signed, I think the going rate on average is $450. So they're gonna make their money back, easily. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's
he's getting up there in age though, so
Oh, for sure. I mean,
hopefully there's no accidents or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's good health and everything.
All right. So last thing we're gonna pull up here again. We want to thank our friends over at 3 Token Merch for supplying us with a sloppy shirt and a sloppy mug giveaway. And so we have 2 final trivia questions, and they are hard. Okay, they are hard. First one we're gonna do for 3 Token Merch sloppy mug. And you're probably going to have to research this or something because these are hard. One I had to look up. The other I knew offhand, but one I had to look up. So, first one. How many coffins were used during production in the coffin flop skit?
Is this that made the cut, or just all together?
All together. How many coffins were used in... Yeah.
Is it more than what was shown?
No, it's less.
Oh, they got to reuse some.
Yes. Yes, let's see. No, wait. I'm gonna give you a hint. I'll give you a hint.
69.
D-Jack gets it. D-Jack gets it. He's allowed to double win because he won sloppy. This is not sloppy. Yeah, so they used 4 coffins. They had to reuse some in the skit. So DJ, I'm gonna do plus free token merch mug.
Wait,
all right.
didn't DJ win before?
He won sloppy, but different prize pool. Yeah, so the answer was 4.
Because we can't have DJ winning too much.
So he is disqualified for this last question completely. Last question. So actually, some people may know because it's like a random factoid. What band composed and performed the Dangerous Nights Crew song specifically for the show?
I have no fucking idea.
When I was told this about a year ago, and it blew my mind.
It's a jam too. Like
it is. Oh yeah.
I mean, Dangerous Nights Crew is one of the roles in your sloppy Discord now, right?
Vishal gets it. Vampire Weekend.
Oh really?
Composed and performed Dangerous Nights Crew song.
I didn't know. My guess would have been like Lonely Island because they're already involved. They do stuff like that.
It's so. Oh,
do you see Rick or do you see Vishal?
Oh no, Rick. Yeah, Rick had it. I'm sorry, Vishal's popped up. So Vishal, you did win the sloppy, but yeah, Rick beat you out by
probably a millisecond.
By literally a millisecond. Rick D. So 3 token merch. Vishal, I will talk to Mike and see if we can send you a floaty hat in lieu of that. Just because that was literally a millisecond off.
But yeah, like we said at the beginning of the show, it happens, especially when you're entering on, and it shows yours always before someone else. But on our end, I know it shows the same thing.
Yeah, jump shit. He's right. Yeah, we rugged. We rugged everyone. All right, so that does it. I was gonna show our new landing page, but we're already pushing 90 minutes. So if you missed it, we released a redesign for our landing page. It's awesome. I'll pull it up real quick, like super quick. Present, share screen. Vishal will compromise and take Alxo's LeBron. Seems fair. So awesome redesign on our landing page. Eugene crushed it, like totally knocked it out of the park with this. And we are going to be doing a lot more, but just wanted to scroll through a couple things. All of these right here have their filter presets. So if you click here, it'll automatically preset to show sales only. If you click here, it'll show loans only. There's a few appealing loans up right now, actually. And then right here will automatically show all rentals and only rentals. I would say the other big change is down here. Any updates, promotions, we may or may not, but definitely possibly are starting content, a big part of marketing initiative. And any new collections, we're going to want to highlight them also. I will say, if you know of anyone or if you are part of a community that is starting a new collection, reach out to us, contact us as we have right here so we can help you, set things up. Trevor is like awesome at keeping tabs on which contracts are set up correctly for royalties, which things need to be updated, all of that. Like I can't say enough about how everyone works, to how everything just coalesces and everyone works together as a team. But yeah, Eugene like totally crushed this new landing page. Totally.
I do like the preset filters there for like sales and stuff. All the time people are asking, well, hey, like how come it doesn't I can't filter or sort by discounts or FMV or anything like that? And it's because they haven't toggled the buy now button.
Yeah. And I'm going to remind people on that note, please take advantage of your saved presets. Whether it's simple or whether it's whatever. I don't even know how many you can add, but just set your filters, go ahead, click save, and just call it that and go back to it. Like very, very handy. Yeah.
That's cool. Cause this, a lot of stuff in this space is already intimidating. So just,
we're just trying to make it. That's why our, that's what our motto is: built for collectors, by collectors. We we understand what people are looking for.
And that even goes to like the tweet yesterday that was put out with, hey, if you have X currency, here's your link to use.
Yes.
Then here's going to be all the listings that are in Dapper Balance, that are in USDC, that are in Flow, that are in Sloppy. Let's help you narrow down to what you have and find you the best deal for what you're looking for.
Yeah, composability or I guess that's not composable, but interoperability with, stuff. Giving more options is what this is all about. So
I mean, I saw Duck say when Duck on Flowty, hey, we're here to have discussions. And Flowty, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, and as the space progresses and all the ebbs and flows of it, we will be here to adapt. So again, Rick D, reach out for your 0.5 sloppy and your shirt. Jeb Bush, I'll hit you up for the sloppy. Vishal, reach out.
I already messaged that wall.
Okay, awesome. And then D-Jack, sloppy, and 3 token merch mug, and then Torque. I think I have a convo with you already started. But congrats to all the winners. Any closing comments, guys? This has been awesome.
What is your favorite moment of S4 so far?
Good question.
Damian Lillard, 71 points.
Okay.
It's a good one. I'm trying to think. I'll be partial. Because I'm a rookie collector. Like, that's 90% of what I have. So the Keegan Murray setting the rookie 3-pointer record, and the fact that it's a legendary. Sorry, it was against the. But also as
versus moments against us right now. I mean, the whole for the win is either for or against the Blazers.
Yeah,
it's 75% Blazers involved.
Well, and I also, as I told Treat this last week, I am a bigger NCAA basketball fan than NBA fan, like by a hair. So Keegan Murray, like watching him all his entire time, being a Rutgers person, I just love all the Big Ten players. So between
Chris coming up. So
what's that?
Chris Murray's coming.
Yep. That's right. Chris Murray's coming up. Rutgers is on the verge of having the number 1 recruiting class in 2024. Number 1. They have the number 2 player already committed, and the number 1 player in the class is younger brother of Ron Harper Jr., who went to Rutgers. So on the verge. Anyways, I feel like, I wouldn't be doing justice without bringing Rutgers into it.
I think my favorite, I know you said 71, so that was weird because I'm a season ticket holder, and I didn't end up going to that game because that was the game I had my fantasy football ceremonies, and I won this league I've been in with a bunch of my friends, and it was my first time winning this fucking championship after like 8 years, so I had to get my trophy. I had to get all that beer I posted. But actually, I got that, and that's why I didn't claim my beer for a year for so long, was that everybody who was in the league gave me a case of beer, so I was good. I didn't need any for a while there. But so my fiance went to that game with one of her friends, so I missed that one, although I was watching it and everything. But it might be the Dame all-time leading score for the Blazers. That was a pretty good deal.
The metallic gold.
Yep, and I also do love the LeBron all-time scoring. I like the idea of like all-time scoring and hitting those achievements. So I'm biased. I own that moment because I got really lucky and pulled.
Do you really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, pump your bags, won't you?
Yeah, come at me, dog. It's one that I'm looking at for an infinite objects potentially here soon.
Yeah,
just because getting that and pulling that was fucking amazing. That's a cool ass moment. Though I didn't watch it live because that was when I was in Europe, and
oh really?
It was like 5 a.m. when that happened. So like I woke up to like go take a shit in the middle of the night or something like that, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's a pack drop happening right now, and like this LeBron record, sweet. Like let's check it out. Bought a few packs and it worked out, but. Yeah, like I didn't watch that one live either, unfortunately. But I think it's such a big moment for NBA history. You don't need to be a LeBron fan, an NBA or a Lakers fan in general. Like you just gotta appreciate the NBA to understand what that moment means.
Oh yeah,
I'm leading scorer.
It was wild watching it too. Just people getting excited as it like takes closer and closer. and there's like a live countdown on TV. It was.
Oh, I mean, I just remember, following the odds. Everyone was going nuts over the odds, like revealing as it got closer, like as it reached like as it reached like maybe 500 points away or something like that, or maybe not 500, but like 250 points away. That start to release the schedule, and they had the odds of which game it would hit. Yeah, epic.
The Blazers, he came to Portland like a week later, and so we were on that, and like the prices of the tickets, because I was like, I usually sell my Lakers games because that's when I get good money because the Lakers fans travel well, and like all of a sudden it was going up and up and up, and then it nose dropped a bit, and then nose dropped pretty hard there once they announced he was out that game. But like for a while there, it was going crazy on pricing because
there was a chance. Yeah. There are various forms of betting.
Would you have gone though, or have sold? Because
that probably would have been.
I don't know. I that might have been. That was the day I came back actually after Europe, so I might have tried to go. Would have been for that, but
even if the tickets, because they probably would have got up all the way to maybe 1,000 or something.
Close, I probably would have sold that.
Maybe sell and then go in the 300 level.
Yeah, exactly. Just get in there and then sneak my way in the club level.
Your way around.
Yeah, exactly. I'm there all the time.
You got and you're ambassador or something, right?
I mean, it was they just recognized the captains for being group leaders.
Group leader
by the Blazers, so that was pretty tight, and that's how I got my Jeremy Grant jersey over here autographed. They hooked me up with that jersey for that night. I think that was against the Kings, so that was dope. But yeah, it's always great working with the Blazer team.
Yeah, I really appreciate what you're doing with the captains. It's been a lot of fun and really inspiring too.
And we are trying to work with captains for some incentivizing for like some flow rebates and everything. So
that's
especially, that's some general alpha. That's some general alpha.
Yeah, we got to support our captains because
they put in the work. I know it's not like a paying gig or anything. So. Yeah.
Well, and the grants aren't always stable, so
exactly, that's very true.
Make it sustainable.
Yeah, well, it's a whole question mark going forward here as to what's to come with that, but it is what it is.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. We are at almost an hour 45, but it hasn't even felt that long. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in. We had a lot of people at its height. I will say, just be on the lookout for this in audio form on the podcast feed as well. Always good stuff. And yeah, Flowty and Flowty Live, as it shows in the background, to the moon. Guys, thanks so much. You're the man. Any closing comments from you? Otherwise, we'll get out of here.
Just this one's trash. It's garbage. Let's scrap it.
Let's scrap it. It's not gonna make the cutting room floor. Yeah, or it's gonna wind up on the cutting room floor.
Or just it's one of those that sometimes Flowty Live is best enjoyed via podcast instead of actual video.
Well, I mean, and yeah, you can listen to it. 1.5 times, 1.5 speed and all that kind of stuff. You can fast forward past all the Zion and Squirt talk, if you so feel inclined. But thanks, guys, and we will catch you next time on Flowty Live.
Peace. Thanks.